Hey, this is Lynn. I'm here on Weigh In Monday. This is October 2nd of 23, and I'm here to go over my week 18 results. I just completed the 18th week on the carnivore diet, and if any of you watched my video that I posted the other day about my GI map test results, you would know that I've made some changes because my gut is still a mess. I'm assuming it was a lot worse before I started the carnivore diet because it does feel better. But as far as the results go, not good. A lot of inflammation in my gut, and more than likely mast cell related, and side effects maybe from some of the medications that I'm on, like the acid blocking medication. So if you're curious about the details of that, go ahead and watch it. It's a little long, but it's very detailed. I go into a lot of explanation about all the individual components of the test and what they actually mean practically for regarding my health and the health of my gut. But I have determined that I need to scale back and actually do the lion diet. And so I am weaning off coffee. Today's the first day that I didn't have any coffee, and I am doing no more dairy and no more eggs. Now, I was only doing egg yolks primarily. Occasionally I'd have some like scrambled eggs with egg whites, but I would take my enzyme, the histamine blocking enzyme, before that. But I need to cut back because my body is reacting, obviously. So scaling it back to the lion diet, which is really common, when you're very ill and when you have serious illnesses. That's the most healing diet to be on. So for me, it's just going to be meat, animal fat, which is narrowed down to not dairy, but just like beef fat, and salt and water. And I've got my electrolytes, and I'm going to have to see if the gelatin is that I've been using is it's a 100% grass-fed beef gelatin that I've been using to make some jello every once in a while. And I think that's okay, but after a little while, I'm going to test it out and see if that is okay or not, or if I'm reacting to that as well. But I have really great results this week, which I'm excited to share. So here we go. All right, so my weight came down as far as the scale goes. And if you're new here, I use a body composition scale. So I always go into the details of the impact of the actual change of body composition more than just how much the scale has fluctuated. But the scale has gone down this week 2.8 pounds, which in and of itself is really great. And so I'm happy with that. But when I look at my fat-free body weight, I gained 1.2 pounds of good tissue. So I'm still like 18 weeks into it. I'm still, that protein and all the good, fats and everything is still helping my body build good tissue. I don't know how much longer this is going to last. I hope for a while, but it's great. So my total fat loss for the week was actually 4 pounds. That's really great. Fantastic. Now, to break down that fat-free body weight gain, not as excited about the breakdown this week. 0.8 of it was muscle, which is great. I'll take it. But there was no bone gain, so I'm assuming the other 0.4 is fluid. And with the weather changes, my hips are way more inflamed. I've got I feel like I've got inflammation in my hips and my knees, and it just, my body really responds to changes in weather. And if you have arthritis, you can totally relate to that. But so I'm assuming that it's going to be fluid gain. But either way, I'll take the 0.8 pounds of the muscle gain anytime. Now, so just to do the summary from the beginning, my total scale loss since I started at the end of May has been 36.4 pounds. But I have gained 15.2 pounds of the good tissue. So between fat and mostly fat and bone, the fluid is probably, it's been going kind of like this. So I don't know that there's actually a net gain in fluid. So I'm assuming it's mostly like probably 99, 98, 90, 98, 99% is muscle and bone. So that gain is 15.2 pounds. So that means that my actual fat loss in this 18 weeks is 51.6 pounds. That is so exciting for me. And it's interesting. I had a really cool Nonscale Victory this week. I have been able to wear my old jeans that I haven't been able to fit into for a really long time. And it's really funny because my daughter's fiance has never even seen me in jeans. So he walked into the house and here I am in jeans. He's like, oh, and it was, kind of funny. But, my husband was like, oh, wow, like I can really tell you've lost weight. So it's getting to that point. And of course, 50 pounds of fat loss or 51 pounds of fat loss, I would hope that it would be noticeable. But yeah, because I'm used to wearing all my sweats, which are getting baggier and baggier, or my, like yoga capris, or, these baggy, my daughter calls them my moo-moo shirts because they're just really baggy and comfortable. They're getting huge. They're getting to be more like dresses. So I'm super excited. This one that I'm wearing, which I love the colors, is getting huge on me. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to wear it, but it's comfortable for around the house. But yeah, so that was a really great Nonscale Victory, was to be able to wear my old jeans and get them on and not have any problems, and they fit great. So overall, it was a good week. With all of I was feeling really good yesterday, and I went for a really nice walk. And I do see a physical therapist for my back, hips, knees. And he tells me, when you feel like you can do more, never increase what you're doing more than 10%. That's a rule of thumb. Of course, I disobeyed it. Every time I disobey that rule of thumb, I end up tweaking my knee. And so I went on this great walk because I was feeling so good, and it was beautiful out. It was sunny, and it was just the right temperature for me. And I went longer and farther, than I usually would. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing really great. This is good. Well, on the way back to my house, I tweaked my knee again. I'm a slow learner in some areas, but it's really frustrating when on the days that you feel good, your body's just not ready yet to push it. And that's the big thing when you're really heavy. I mean, I'm still over 300. I hope probably within the next couple of weeks, I'll be breaking into the 200s. Yay! But still very heavy. And so that's a lot of weight on my joints and my bones and I am still working on building up muscle mass. So my body's not ready to be pushed yet. And it continually reminds me of that because every time I try to push it, I hurt myself again. So exercise is a challenging thing, and I'm getting to the point. It's frustrating because I'm having those days where I feel the urge to exercise, and I feel like my muscles want to release that energy, but I still have to really take it easy. So I'm working on it. I'm really hoping. I saw my physical therapist today, and he was really encouraging. Gave me some, told me which exercises I should really be focusing on to help with this, and just encouraged me to take it easy and not push myself too much. And I'm hoping that it's after I lose enough weight and get my strength up enough and get more of the inflammation out of my body, that I'll be able to push myself further and without hurting myself. But for now, that's not the case. I think that's pretty much it to report, because I did do that other video this last week about my lab results, and have had some interesting comments on that video. But it's, so far so good. And I'm going to be reporting on how things are going with the lion diet. My rosacea still got a little bit, as you can probably see a little bit in my cheeks, but I'm fully expecting that me cutting back further I'm going to see better, even more improvement with the rosacea. But overall, I feel like my skin is looking better. It's less blotchy overall. Not perfect yet, but it's looking pretty darn good. Much better than it was before. So anyways, that's it for today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day and have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.